Saturday, 6th of May, my friend came and I did not have breakfast and he did not have breakfast. And I said, shall I make breakfast for you? Would you like eggs and bacon? But I don't have bacon in the fridge. And he said, no, let's have breakfast elsewhere. And I'm looking at him like, I think I know where you want to go for breakfast, because last time was also on a Saturday when we went to a breakfast store, a famous breakfast store. I think it was No something. And we passed the window and he said, no, let's go across the famous breakfast store. And that was Roar. So I immediately said, you're planning to go to Roar? With a big smile. He says, yes, because I know he loves the breakfast there. Even though it's gonna be our second time this Saturday. That's my pinky toe. That's my thumb toe. Yeah, I have a lot of thick skin here. Wearing shorts, trousers too. But going back to my story. So I said, okay. So I'm getting ready to go outside, wearing my shoes, my jacket. And she says, oh yeah, we're going also somewhere. I'm like, what? So he was being secretive, and he loves being secretive about where we want to go today. He says, shall we go to Dordrecht? I'm like, okay, let's go to Dordrecht. I'm like, okay, this is the second time we're going to Dordrecht. I was already anticipating, oh shoot, we could walk a lot of miles. Because last time we really walked till the evening. I was really tired that day. I couldn't say poop anymore. So at the station, he was like, oh, you know the signs where you are inside the train hall, there is an electrical board with the name where you're planning to go and the time. And he says, oh, let's go to Gouda. I'm like, what? Aren't we going to Dordrecht anymore? He said, well, don't you remember the last time we went to Dordrecht? We took the water bus. I'm like, and he said, are we standing at the water bus now? At the location? I'm like, no. He said, yes, that's why I changed my mind. We're going to Gouda. I'm like, what? He loves doing the weirdest thing. So, but this is the weirdest of all. He changed his mind suddenly. Normally he is always secretive, going somewhere, taking me somewhere, and then at the moment he's gonna tell me where we're going. So I'm like, oh shoops. I don't have a lot of money on my bank account, because when I think about Gouda, I always go to the Lego store, the famous Lego store in Gouda. I'm like, oh no, I didn't put money aside to buy some Lego things, because I haven't bought like 1.5 year of Legos. So I don't know anymore what is famous or popular in Lego. So I'm like, okay, there. Oh wait, the bell. We passed like that famous brownies by Downies, I think it was. He says, would you like to have something here? I'm like, no, let's move on. And suddenly I don't feel him walking after me. So I turn back and I see him still standing there. He says, let's go have a coffee and maybe a brownie. Like, if you want to go and just say it. That was what was popping in my mind. So I said, okay, let's have a coffee. So we go inside, and it was beautiful, that location. I have never been to any store of that because um, it's the personnel is run by people that have Down syndrome. I think that's a very, very smart concept for having a food industry location and concept, and the interior is all is well thought over, very well. Because I was inside the store and I saw a lot of things that are really vintage and old. And my friend, he knows a lot of stuff, and he tells me about some things about he knows, he's from the boating world, and he knows also a lot of the train world. But his main work experience is the boating world. So he tells me some things about the items that were placed there as interior design. I don't know how to explain it, but they have their really smart things. You are in awe. Not only the personnel that is kind, is very service oriented, and explaining very carefully when you want to ask about something, ask about their food. If there was something I did not understand it, so I asked question about it, and the person that was helping us, that has Down syndrome, you couldn't tell that she had Down syndrome. This one was really hard to tell, but she was really fine and soft-spoken and friendly, and explaining the things and executing also. When she brought the coffee, she did it really carefully and not in a rush, or really. I was really in awe. And then the next, when you sit down and you're calm, because you already have a lot of we call in Dutch prikkels, because the interior is, you are so much in awe of the interior. And then you sit down and you look around, and we were assigned to a booth, even though there were tables inside the store, but they had like a booth that looks like a small summer house, or how do you say it, a beach house. And it was so much fun to sit in there, because all the other persons that came after us that want to sit, and they wanted also a booth. But there aren't so much booths in that store. One was already taken, that was this middle one. And we sat on the right one. I don't know if there was the left one also. So, I mean, there were three, but where I was sitting, I saw like two. I have to ask my friend if there was a total of three. I didn't look further, because I really was in awe. And there are pictures from how she presented our coffee. So I enjoyed my coffee, and my friend suddenly didn't want to have coffee. He wanted mint tea. But we had a piece of the brownie, and that brownie was really melting on your tongue. It was so soft and freshly baked. It was so yummy. And it was a small piece. I'm like, oh, it was really good. And I saw they have other things like syrup. They make their own syrup. They make their own wine. It was really fun to sit there. That was my first experience at this location. I've always seen these at someone else's YouTube pieces, or at a document, or from a a news piece, but I've never been actually at one. So it was really fun. And afterwards, what did we do after? Oh yeah, we walked more around the town in the center of Gouda, and of course I passed the the famous Lego store. But I didn't buy anything, so heavy heart, I had to leave the Lego store because I didn't put money aside. I didn't save enough to buy something, so I thought to myself, oh well, maybe next time. Because I went away like a year and a half from the Lego scene, so I have my second channel where I talk about my Legos. Even though I have loads of Legos to post, but I wasn't feeling it anymore because was still in denial in being burnt out. So we walked furthermore, and then we arrived at this location. So this is a location, this is kringloopwinkel, and we passed almost there. I didn't see the entire store. I saw a sliver of, because there were so many, it was hidden behind trees. There were so many, we were walking past like a lake. Yeah, it was a lake, there was a bridge. I saw a sliver of that store. I thought it was like, how do you say it? It's a store that showing pictures of houses to buy, and I thought it was that kind of store. But he says to me, "Hey, shall we go and look at that store?" I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, but I don't know if you have enough money to buy a house." He was like, "Huh?" He has better eyes than me. I don't know why. He has like 20/20 vision, they call it. He has perfect vision. So at a very, when he's standing somewhere, he already can see what it is. I have really bad eyesight. So with my glasses and my cylinders, I'm like, I still can't see through my glasses. So he says, shall we go to the thrift store? I said, what thrift store? He was looking at me with big smiles. He knows I'm blind as a mole. So if I wear my glasses and I have like I have some kind of new glasses. It's like more than a year old, but it is tailored to my eyesight, and still I can't see properly. That bad is my eyes. So actually, I need to wear spectacles like glass jars, that thickness. But the man measuring my eyes. He says, no, I'm going to give you cylinders. So, okay, we went to the thrift store, and I thought, I said to myself, before we were entering the doorway, I said to myself, I'm not going to buy a lot of things. But then the first thing that we get inside, there's a cardboard, and it says that like you have to remove your jacket and your bags and put it into a vault or a locker. A locker, that's it, a locker, because the locker has a key, and you don't need to put money inside the locker, so it's free of charge. So once you remove the things and you go, you have your wallet, and you go inside and you get the things that you want. First thing I found was these. These are disc or plates, and I don't know if you can see it. It's from Pyrex. It's upside down. Let's turn it. It says Pyrex, and this is what we call water. Warmte. So it's special heated plates. So these are special plates where you can put glass plates where you could put inside the oven without breaking, because some glass plates can't resist the heat. They will easily turn into having a char or break in two or in small pieces. So these are the special plates. And this one had no sticker, and I'm like, what's that? But luckily I found, when I buy things, I love to buy like 2 of them. And this one has a sticker. Let's see if you can see. Yeah. 2.50. So I thought to myself, okay, €5. It's good, 2 plates, because normally the oven plates are like deep dishes for lasagna and how do you say it? Well, they're like oven deep dishes. You have the oval ones, round ones, or the squared ones. But I've never seen like this one. This is for escargot. So escargot is French for snails. And I'm like, I see everything crafty in items. So when I look at this, and I look at this and like put acrylic paint on it, you know. You can have a normal plate to use for acrylic paint to put the little mountains of paint, acrylic paint on it. But I saw this more handy with the indentations to put acrylic paint on it, and then to have it as a decoration. I said to myself, that's genius, you know, to use it that way. So I have 2 of them. And I saw the second thing that I wanted were teaspoons, because you remember the first time I bought the teaspoons for 50 cents. Well, the same teaspoons, but in other kinds, they sell it for $1.25. I'm like, whoa, that's kind of steep, from one store selling for 50 cents and this store selling for $1.25. Then I walked further, I saw more plates and glasses and things. There were also clothing, books, and all that else things, LPs, etc., etc. But I found this box with a lot of spoons, but there was no price on that. So I was halfway the store. I was sitting there because I was overwhelmed. I was sweating a bit. And my friend came to me. He says, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes." He says, "I found these 2 things." He had like shorts and t-shirt. I says, "I'm going to find some more things. Can I leave this behind for you to watch?" And I said, "Okay." So I sat there. And there was this guy. He came to me like 5 times, but passing me. not saying a word, not saying hello. I didn't say hello either. But I found it so strange why he was looking at me. And so I said to my friend when he came to me, I said, why is this man chasing after me? Every time, everywhere I go, I see him around me. He said, oh, he's chasing thieves. I said, what? He says, yeah, some people like to steal here, and he's chasing after them if they try to steal something. I said, oh, okay. So I took the box with forks because I was fed up because I really want to know the price. So I went with the box of the forks. I went to, spoons. Sorry, why am I talking forks? I went with a box of teaspoons to the counter cash register, and there's a guy, a boy, nice, good looking boy. I think he looks like Polish. He sat there lazy, and there was no one at the counter, and I was looking around for a bell to ring, the hotel bell, ding, 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 but there was no hotel bell. So I was like, how does someone know that I'm standing here? But suddenly I heard a voice behind me. He says, ma'am, can I help you? Is there something you want to ask? I said, do you work? He said, yes. So I said, somewhere there's a box of teaspoons. I don't know the price of it. I took it here to show you, but so I don't need to go back and fetch it. So he said, let's show it to me. Instead, he walks towards me. He still sits in his lazy chair. And I had to bring to him like 4 steps towards him. And I showed him the box. Look, there is no sticker. I don't know how much the spoons are per piece. And he says, oh, it's 15 cents. I'm like, I'm in awe. The first store that I went, the Afrikanerplein, the thrift store, they sell the tourist teaspoons for 50 cents. And this one, normal teaspoons, for 15 cents per piece. I was in awe. I said, okay, I will come back. I have to grab some. So I grabbed these 7 pieces. So this is the first one that I saw. This was the biggest teaspoon. I don't know what this is. What is this? I don't think this little cake spoon. It's too big for that. I don't understand. What is this? Look, that's my hand. See? Half of my hand is it already. So I got this one. This is the second spoon I saw. I didn't saw the spoon. I only saw the ending because it has some beautiful seashell shaped. Or the French Madeleine cookie is also shaped like this. I saw this one and I grabbed it. I only grabbed this because I liked the ending of the spoon. See how beautiful it is? And then the third spoon that I saw was the little spoon. I have another little spoon, really small. And I didn't care what shape it is, as long as it's little. So I grabbed this. Then I saw a fourth spoon that I saw was kind of weird. But this is the famous coffee brand, Illy. I've never seen a spoon like this. Because, well, to be honest, I have never gone outside to drink coffee. I only drink coffee like the recent years outside. So I never have seen a shape of a teaspoon like this or a coffee spoon like this. So I was very in awe. Then I saw another spoon that was really weird. It had holes. I don't know why it has holes. Kind of weird. It looks like a microphone from the 30s, 40s. Or is it 60s? I don't know. The famous microphone? I'm not sure what this is. Then I got another one. I found it really kind of a stocky, coarse teaspoon. Mostly the teaspoon are like dainty and elegant, but this one is very strange. So I grabbed this one too. And the last, the 7th one, was this one. It looked like it has a really shaped, really It was really weird shape. It looked like an ice cone with 2 ice scoops, but I'm not sure. So I counted like, oh no, it's like €1.05. Maybe I can ask for €1 because this is two. Both of them is together 5. Then this will make 6 if I and ask nicely. So I asked him nicely, can I have it for 6? So this one is 5, and these are like €1.05. Can I have it for €1? So together it will be 6. Please. I added please. Not like this, please, but please. I said like that. He said, okay. So I was really happy with mine. Well, the glasses is my favorite one, so I didn't buy there. These I have like for 20 years. This is my usually routine. I have always need to do this because this is the next day. And the chocolate is gifted by my friend because before he came to me, he called me like, what would you like to have? Because I'm going to grocery shopping. What would you like to have? Normally he doesn't ask me that, but I'm having my period, so I asked him for chocolate. He said, okay, would you like... I asked for 1 bar. He said, 2 bars then? I said, okay. So I'm not greedy. I didn't ask for 2. He gave me 2. I said, what's that? PMS? I'm like, boy, you don't know what PMS is? I said to him, I'm menstruating soon. He said, what's that? I said, Google that. I'm like, why don't you know what that is? I was thinking by myself. So he bought this for me. I said, those are kind of expensive. These brand chocolates are always expensive. And he gave me 2. I said, why didn't you buy 1 for me? He said, you asked for 2. I said, no, you suggested 2. I didn't ask for 2. You suggested it. And I said, okay. So he said, oh, it's not that expensive. I bought it for 78 cents. I said, what? What store sells it for 78 cents? He said, well, it was the supermarket, ... I won't tell him. So he bought it for me. I didn't buy it, so I'm menstruating within a couple of days. So he spoils me. So this is actually my thrift haul. It's not much, but to me it's really a lot. I'm really happy with these. So as you can see, not much, but I'm happy. I hope you enjoyed my thrift haul. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.